Welcome back, everyone, to episode 3 of Tommy's Corner. And yeah, welcome back to the Popcorn Podcast. If this is your first time listening to either the show or one of these style of episodes, these are short form episodes of the podcast where it features only Tommy, me. And if you didn't know, I was first created the show about 3 years ago now. And Ryan eventually came on as my co host. We now have done over 140 some episodes. We've had 30 to 40 different guests on. We've had streamers, we've had YouTubers, we've had actors, we've had stuntmen, we've had directors, producers, Emmy nominated producers. We've had everyone on the show that you can think of. And I am happy to say we are having Malcolm Goodwin on from Reacher, The Fall of the House of Usher, and American Gangster. That will be next week's episode, and we are very excited to share that with you. But yeah, so if you don't know, we are a TV, movies, video games, entertainment podcast. We talk about castings, reviews, rankings, anything you can think of. But yeah, in this week's Tommy's Corner, I'm going to just give a breakdown of some Letterboxd I've been watching, talking about just life again, and then finally I'm going to talk about season 2 of Amazon Prime's Reacher. Excuse me. So starting off with Letterboxd, the last couple sorry, one of my texts didn't send. I need to send. It's actually been a pretty similar week to all the movies I've been watching. Films. Where are my recent? Yeah, okay. So recently, I have watched Godfather Part 3. I watched American Gangster for the first time ever. Well, not the first time ever. First time in a really long time. And I also just... Oh my God, what did I just watch yesterday? Oh, I watched The Untouchables with Kevin Costner for the first time. And I know these are movies I should have been seeing for a long time. But I always heard that The Godfather 3 wasn't that good. And I was like, well, I'm not going to watch it then. But then my dad told me it's actually not as bad as everyone says it was. So I was like, okay, well then I guess I'll watch it. I love the first two. They're two of the greatest movies ever made. My biggest gripe with this entire movie was that the first two Godfather movies feel like you're filming an actual mob, and you're actually seeing them do their jobs and be mafia members and be the Don and all of that. Well, the third one feels like making a movie of it feels like a gangster movie, while the other one feels real. This feels like a fictionalized version of whatever they're doing, which I know that's what movies are. But there's a realism that the first two movies have that the third one does not. That also kind of correlates with The Untouchables. The Untouchables feels like a Tim Burton style gangster film, but based off true events. It has very comic-y tone, comic-y like comic book, not comedic. Just make sure everyone understands. And I did really enjoy the movie. I think it's some of the best shootout scenes. I think the cast is great. Kevin Costner, Sean Connery, Andy Garcia is great in it. I mean, Robert De Niro is fantastic. It's a little more not hokey. Hokey's about it's a comic book. It feels very much like a comic book, which is a good thing I think, and it works for the story. But it does keep it from ever being in the same category as I think of some of the other gangster films, especially like American Gangster. It's one of my favorite mob movies I've ever seen. Frank Lucas is such an awesome character. Russell Crowe's characters are great. I can't even remember his name. But Denzel, I think, gives the best performance of his career. And the scene, spoiler alert for everyone who wants to watch American Gangster, skip like late 12 seconds ahead from right. Yeah, move to like the 4:15 mark. The scene where he shoots Idris Elba is one of the most badass scenes I've ever seen. So, pretty awesome. Great movie. It's just it's like the definition of like a cool movie. But yeah, if you're from the ages of 16 to 22, I feel like American Gangster is like one of those movies, especially when it came out, probably that everyone was like, this is the best movie of all time. When it's probably not, but it has like that cool, you want to be like Frank Lucas or you want to be like Russell Crowe. So yeah, those are the movies I've been watching recently. Some of the shows I've been tuning in are, I started Lana, which is incredible. I'm still watching Sopranos. I'm on season 3. On episode 5 of The Wire. And I just finished season 2 of Reacher. And Reacher was really good. I had a blast with that show. And we're going to dive deeper into that in a little bit. But moving on from my Letterboxd recent watches. Yeah, just moving into life. So I've been looking into more schools, some film schools to go to, and yeah, I think I am going to be moving probably in the end of August, probably moving and going to school. So it's going to be a cool new experience for me being somewhere else besides my hometown and moving somewhere completely different again. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun. I'm nervous to leave everyone because there's all my friends are here, and it's gonna just be a new place for me. And it doesn't mean this place isn't my home. It's just gonna be somewhere new. But yeah, of course I wish I could do everything I wanted to from here, but I can't. This isn't. I need a bigger. I need a new place. I feel like I need to get away from here. I feel like I want to start over. Kind of. It gives me new opportunities. Lets me be myself. I don't know. Yeah, I'm really excited to move. I'm excited. I am, but at the same time, excited, sad. But enough about my moving stuff. I've been watching a lot of the Flyers recently. For those who don't know, I'm from the Philadelphia area, so of course I'm a diehard Philly fan. No, I did not throw snowballs at Santa. I did throw batteries at a player though. Not I didn't, but our city did. Um, yeah. So the Eagles, of course, got knocked out of the playoffs, and they played horrible. It was one of the worst games I've watched them play in a couple years. But besides that, didn't really care. Thought they were going to lose. The Flyers though, because baseball is my favorite sport than hockey. Um, Flyers are on a roll. They won 5 in a row now, and now they're playing the Avalanche as I'm recording this episode. And I think it's 1-0 Avalanche, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 1-0. Damn it. But yeah, so I've been watching a lot of hockey recently. Ordered a jersey. Very excited for that to get here. Been playing a Madden franchise with some of my friends. Yeah, you guys met Connor when I did an episode with him on the show. And yeah, he's the only one that's in that league that you guys would know. Met a couple of other friends. My team's currently undefeated. I went undefeated and won the Super Bowl in the first season of the first year of the franchise. Now we're halfway through week 8. I'm 7-0. I'm 7-0 right now. I'm just playing some great Madden. And what else? Yeah, I think just spend time with my friends playing some hockey, which was really fun. Me and my friends all went out drinking at a fire pit last night. For those who don't know, it snowed a lot where I'm at currently. And we all went out front and went in the street and played hockey. And we started decking each other, cross checks, hip checks, just having a blast. And it was so icy that we could skate with just our shoes on pretty much. So it was a lot of fun. And yeah, so that's what's been going on the personal side of my life. Um yeah, just been working, getting a lot of the short film stuff done to submit to film festivals, which I think is really, really exciting. And yeah, so just waiting on some of that stuff to get done, and then so I think the short film could be out by my birthday, which is the end of March. So I think that's when it might go public, like everyone can see it. But I have more updates coming soon about that. Thank you again for everyone's support about all the short film stuff, and thank you for everyone who has reached out and said how excited they are. And thank you for everyone who's on the live stream the other day with me and Derek or Danny DeVito. And congrats to him for finishing his first ever feature film script for his new horror movie. And last thing. College burnout. I know you can't see me because I don't have the camera on for this episode because I cut my lip open while shaving. I'm coming for you. You better pick me for this boxing thing. You can't keep dodging me. I'm gonna win this thing, and I'm gonna keep adding you. You liked all my posts and everything. Let's go. Let's run it. I want to run this boxing match. I need the YouTube content to be fun. I think we have good banter for it. But yeah, moving away from that, suck it, college burnout. We're gonna move into our review for Reacher season 2 on Amazon Prime. Okay, so Reacher. So the first season, I think, was awesome. It was like pure. Every episode was great. I thought it was one of the best shows on television last year. However, I think season 2, the first 2 episodes do really struggle to find their place and like find what they want to do because it's very cheesy the first 2 episodes, but then episode 3 it like figures itself out, and from there on out, I think 3 through 8 of season 2 are better than anything else that we've seen so far from Reacher, but 1 and 2 of season 2 are very bad. not bad. They're cheesy, but like so over the top that's kind of annoying. But it ended on a really strong note. I did think the finale might have felt a little bit rushed, but all in all, I'm still very happy with the season. I think Alan Richardson was a great choice to play Reacher, of course, and he's also still my choice to play Batman. Uh, Sharinda Swan, Maria Sten, who plays Neely, Malcolm Goodwin, who plays Finley, and then Mark Ben David plays Humble. Robert Patrick plays the villain of this season. Sean Sipas plays O'Connell. It was just a really good cast of like solid actors, and they had really good chemistry. I was very happy with it. I think the writing got a lot better as the show went on, and I still think that it has some of the best action on television right now. It's very well done action, very well choreographed, and they realize that they can make the action a little over the top, but that's the point. You have this hulking dude just beating the piss out of people. And it's a lot of fun. It's got great reviews currently. So after 2 seasons, Reacher is currently sitting at an 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 91% on Google. Its final episode Late just came out yesterday, so I decided why not. Why not do the episode the day after and try and get as close as we can to right off the back of it. But yeah, I still think that Lee Child, the writer of the books, Nick Santora, Scott Sullivan. Nick Santora again was the creator of the show, and I think they've all just done a great job of knowing what the point of this show is. It's to be fun, over the top, cool action. It's the closest thing to an 80s action movie that we've had in a long time. Like it's over the top, but at the same time, it's still really good. And for those who haven't watched Reacher yet, just a quick synopsis for you, maybe get you invested, maybe you want to check out the show. When retired military police officer Jack Reacher is arrested for a murder he did not commit, he finds himself in the middle of a deadly conspiracy full of dirty cops, shady businessmen, and scheming politicians. Its first episode came out on February 4th, 2022. Of course, I said it's on Amazon Prime. Each season is 8 episodes, and so far, I think out of the 16 episodes we got, 14 of them have been above an 8 for me out of 10. So it's a really high bar, and I think that the show just continues to prove why it's probably in the top 5 shows running at the moment. And it's just a lot of fun. I'm super excited. It's already filming season 3. Not they already get announced season 3. They announced season 3 before season 2 even came out. That's how much the show means to Amazon Prime, to the people running the show, all of that. And they have so much trust in it, which is great. It also it came out, when did the first episode of season 2 come out? I saw the thing, it was crazy. Yeah. The first 3 episodes dropped on December 15th of 2023. After those episodes dropped, it became the most watched show or movie on Amazon Prime that year, which is absolutely insane that it was just 3 episodes came out in the one day. It's the final 2 weeks of December, and then December 22nd, episode 4 came out, 29th, episode 5, and then we went into the New Year's. So then it just all 5 episodes became the most watched season of television that year. Season television or movie or whatever watched. Which is great because I love that people are falling in love with the character as much as I do. Wait, is this? Oh yeah. Chris McQuarrie, the guy who directed oh my god. Yeah, Mission Impossible. I didn't know he's a producer on this series. That's pretty cool. What else is on? Dana Goldberg, David Ellison. Oh, yeah, so it's a pretty big thing. But yeah, I really liked Robert Patrick as the villain. I think his biggest issue was that he didn't get a lot to do. Like every scene where he talks was great. But then the final episode, you kind of feel like his character was maybe a little underwhelming. But yeah, I still thought the season continued to prove to me, especially, why Alan Richardson should be Batman. And I'm really, really hoping James Gunn can make that casting. Because especially if you're trying to go for what James Gunn said he wants to do, which is a very comic book driven, like it is a comic world, then I feel like Alan Richardson's a great pick. He's like 6'4", 260. He's jacked. He's huge. He's just a hulking figure, which I think is what a comic book Batman should feel like. That's why I think Ben Affleck looks so good in that universe, because it was a comic book universe. So, and I think he still has enough charm that he can play that style of Batman. but I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Reacher. I'm super excited for season 3. I would love to talk. I can't wait to talk to Malcolm Goodwin about all of this when he comes on the show next week. College Burnout. I'm gonna whoop your ass in boxing. Shout out to my friends, my family, and everyone who checked out this week's episode. Um, yeah, that's really all I have to say this episode. I know this is one of the shorter ones, but it's still longer than my average Tommy's Corner. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the episode. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials at Ferran12. I think it's Ferran_12, Tommy_Cresta, the_popcorn_ podcast. Follow us on TikTok, which is the_popcorn pod. I think that's what it is. Follow the podcast on every streaming service that you can find it on. Make sure to share the episodes, like the episodes, download the episodes. All those things continue to help me and Ryan out a ton when you guys will understand. And yeah, just thank you guys so much for everything you do to keep our show going. And we love this community and love every single one of you. Thank you again for tuning into the show, and we will be back next week. And we're going to drop 2 episodes next week. We're going to drop 2, not just one. We will have our guest episode, and we will also be doing an episode between me and Ryan again. So thank you guys again for listening to the show, and I will see you next week.